guys, welcome to another episode of the SAFF Podcast. The SAFF team is in full force. We have Razeen and Mohammed Waseem with us. How are you guys keeping?
Good to be back.
All good, man. Besides some of the flags that are being shown on my team, I am alive but worried, depending on what news is going to come towards the end of this week.
Some of the big names, Gabriel, Semenyo. You mentioned Enzo.
Well, Kudus Gyökeres might be back, both of them. Surprise.
Gabriel is the one that's seemingly most
Yeah,
dire
big
at
one.
this point. Razeen, you weren't with us for the last episode, but how's your team looking and how's things going with you?
Not great, actually. I mean, I got Gabriel out now and Semenyo as well. But apparently, I was just telling Mohammed Waseem as well that mine and Ahmad's joint team has loads of flags. So I might actually be lucky to just have the two in my team currently. But no idea what I'm doing yet. Just good to be back and slowly going to get into things again.
So I'm on a wild card. I haven't activated it yet, but I've made probably 15 transfers already. So I have to commit now. And it's been nice checking. It's like seeing all these international games and having my pick of the bunch. I was actually telling Mohammed Waseem earlier that I'm in a bit of a predicament. Like I can probably make some big changes. Don't know if I want to go so risky, but one of mine is that I'm actually like if Semenyo is out, I can probably leave Semenyo out and drop a few of my defenders and probably get Salah in that place, which is something
Ooh.
that would definitely be different. You guys want to go into my team so far and try and help me
Yeah,
on
let's
this
go and see.
wildcard
Let's go
journey?
and see what
That's
dodgy
wonderful.
moves you're doing. I'm keen to
So
see.
firstly, like my team is not complete. Like I have a lot of players that I don't actually want that are just there to keep the price up. I don't want to sell too early because I'll not be able to afford them again. So right now, my goalkeeper, I have Henderson from Palace, and my backup is Dubravka, who's 4. So I have 9 million invested in my goalkeepers. I had Gabriel, but then obviously with injury news, I got Van Dijk in that place. I have Trevor Chalobah. I have Matty Cash. I have Cucurella, but Cucurella is probably not going to be there. I want a Chelsea defender, but I'm thinking Chalobah is better. And I'm still debating whether to go. I don't think I want to go Reece James. There's a bit of maybe a differential more 3.2% selected is Matthias de Ligt from United. I just
Not a
feel with
bad
their
one.
goalkeeper, they have a lot more secure hands. They're playing Everton, Palace, West Ham, Wolves, Bournemouth, Villa, Newcastle, Wolves again, Leeds, Burnley. So that Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, that's 19, 20, and 21. There's no African Cup of Nation risk, anything like that. I mean, he's been getting some defense contributions. He got a goal. So I think at 5.0, I mean, I'm missing out on Senesi, but I think it might be more of a differential at this point, even though Bournemouth have great fixtures. So I'm actually thinking of taking Cucurella down to Senesi, so I will have cover.
Yeah, and I mean,
in-
De Ligt's been their standout defender in general anyway, so I think I was talking to someone else about him at some point in time, and that person didn't bring him in, and I think he got a couple of clean sheets plus a goal since then, so there's a lot of regret there. So, and I think United look much more solid this season, so I think it's definitely a worthwhile punt, especially at his low ownership.
So I am looking at still Richards from Palace, and then swapping up my goalkeepers. I don't know which goalkeeper to get actually. I'm in a bit of crossroads with that. So
If you do Richards, then you can't really do Henderson though, right?
definitely not. Yeah, then it'll be Petrovic probably
Okay.
because Bournemouth have good fixtures. Fulham also don't look too
Are you
bad,
not
but I don't trust them
considering
as
David
much.
Raya at any point in time or any other Arsenal defender?
So that's the other problem because I had Calafiori, I sold him. I don't think I feel like Gabriel was the only one worth it. Like I feel like a lot of other defenders were doing better than Calafiori, and Arsenal are don't have the best fixture. And with Gabriel out, it's one of
They
their
just
biggest.
keep clean sheets though. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, I'll see. I am looking at it. David Raya is probably the easiest to get in now for me, but
Any
I don't think I actually
consideration
will.
for Sanchez and then going for an Arsenal defender instead?
I don't like Sanchez. I'm also not too keen on Van Dijk. Like I know he's probably the standout Liverpool player. Liverpool haven't been on their best form,
Yes.
so I'm still not convinced by him. Like if I do go Salah, there is a world where I don't go Van Dijk just because I just don't want so many Liverpool assets in my team.
Yeah, no, it's sensible. Liverpool cannot be trusted at the moment from a returns perspective.
So in my midfield, I have Sessegnon, who's 5.4. He's getting a few returns here and there, but he's mostly going to be on the bench.
Is he a midfielder? I thought he was
He's a midfielder, yeah. Last year he was a defender.
Yeah, but I mean, he plays in defense, but he was playing right wing at a point in time towards the end of last season. So, okay, I guess why they made him a midfielder.
I think he's playing as a fullback at times, but he's getting a lot of defensive contribution points. He's pitching in with the odd attacking return as well.
Yeah,
seems to be picking up
a bad shot.
Form. I have Elliot Anderson, 5.3. He's getting a lot more freedom, and he does get defensive contributions here and there. The fact that his price dropped makes it more enticing.
Yeah.
So that looks good. Then I have Declan Rice, Mbeumo, and Semenyo. Mbeumo probably going to stay in my team.
Where's all your money being spent?
Well, I have Haaland, Mateta, and Thiago up front, but I also have 2.2 in the bank. So you see, with Sessegnon and Elliot Anderson, if I were to keep this team, which I'm not intending to, probably one of them goes up to either Szoboszlai or Ndiaye.
Okay.
Because Liverpool do have good fixtures, but like I said, I'm not too keen on Szoboszlai either. He doesn't have that many great attacking returns. He's got three defensive contributions, but like you were saying earlier, they're all coming from
when he was playing right back, I recall.
Playing right back. And Liverpool not on form. So I feel like, I mean, Gravenberch has better returns this year. Why not just go him? He's also more secure with defensive contributions, more likely to get them.
Yeah.
So I mean, Szoboszlai to watch has been a little bit better. But for FPL, I don't think he's worth it just yet. I don't know. We could be wrong.
What about a City midfielder in your midfield? A Doku, a Cherki maybe?
I don't want to be
as a punt.
I don't want to be burnt by City. Particularly, we are approaching Christmas. So
yes, you're right.
That's the concern. If it was not Christmas, I might have looked at Cherki or Doku. The last question I wanted to ask you: you guys feel like Declan Rice is worth it as FPL asset, and also with Arsenal fixtures coming up, being as they are. I mean, they're playing Spurs at home, Chelsea away, Brentford at home, Aston Villa away, and then it's Wolves and Brighton.
I think playing against the more difficult teams, there's probably a higher chance of him getting defensive contributions now more often in the role that he plays. So I think that if the fixtures get harder, he probably might be much more involved in terms of making tackles and not keeping the ball all the time. So that's one thing to consider. But also, I mean, I don't think Arsenal are going to change the way they play much, to be honest. It's going to be keep it clean at the back and as much as you can try and use set pieces to their advantage. However, with no Gabriel there, it does make it a little bit less enticing because will people get on the end of his corners and the stuff as often as they are currently? So that does make it a little bit more difficult, but I think it's still worth it, to be honest. I think if you want some Arsenal cover, especially in your attacking turns, because you're not going with any Arsenal defenders, I think you do need some Arsenal in your squad, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I like him as well. I mean, I think he's a good option.
And if I had one choice, Declan Rice or Szoboszlai, who would you guys?
Not Szoboszlai. That's an easy one. Not going Szoboszlai is easy. Like you should not even consider him, to be honest. I don't think he's worth it. I really don't.
But look, Bilal is considering Salah at the moment, and we have a good fixture on.
Yeah, no, I understand the Salah one easy. I would say if you're gonna go Salah Declan Rice, I'd say go for the Salah option. But if it's Szoboszlai as your option, I think it's a waste.
Look, you can literally get Rice and Szoboszlai and have change instead of getting Salah.
That's also true.
So the thing is with Salah, if AFCON comes, you get these 5 free transfers and then you can reset. And if he doesn't do well, if he's not worth the price.
Wait, so how do those transfers work? Do they come before AFCON starts or after?
Yeah. Managers will be given an extra 5 transfers in game week 16 to help plan for African Cup of Nations, which the tournament will take place later. So it's probably from game week 17. So from 17 to 22. So yeah, and then you can roll your transfers on as much as you want.
Yeah. If I have 5, will I have 10?
No, you'll have 5.
You'd have 5, yeah.
Okay. But it says 5 extra.
Yeah, that is
Let's see.
a bit confusing.
Yeah, so it says strategically, in order to fully profit from it, it would be wise to ensure that you have 0 free transfers before the
Yeah.
Game Week 15 deadline.
Yeah,
This
it's
would
gonna be 5.
mean that you'll get, along with your usual transfer, you'll get 4 more.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean,
So the only
that's not
thing I worry
far
about
away.
with that Salah move is if you don't want to go Palmer or Saka afterwards. The thing is, so I played with the Salah a Salah draft when I was doing my wildcard, and the draft was so different to my non-Salah draft that if I said even if I didn't want Salah any longer, the amount of changes I'll need to actually make to make that team worthwhile without Salah, or rather if I had to downgrade Salah, would have been way more than 5 free transfers. So that's the only issue that you might have. Like, I think if you want to consider that option, see what your team might look like without Salah, and see what the difference is. Because if it's a massive difference, like 5+ transfers, it's probably not worth the worth going Salah or taking that risk, in my opinion, unless you change it over time. Because I mean, with AFCON coming up, well, I guess it's probably not so bad because you can just do the 5 transfers on game week 16 if you have enough, and then the next 5 the week after. Yeah, it's actually not bad. It could work.
That's the yeah. The only point, even if Haaland blanks every game week and Salah assists every game week, it'll be worth it. Yeah, so that's my team.
So I have 5 injuries. I've got Gyökeres, Kudus, Semenyo, Enzo, and Gabriel at the moment, but I am fortunate enough to have 3 free transfers stacked. Sorry, 4 free transfers stacked. So I am considering using all 4 of those transfers for this coming week, but assuming that Semenyo and Enzo are not going to be injured. So I'm looking. So Gyökeres to Thiago is almost guaranteed going to happen. Next, I want to do Kudus to Saka. That one I'm still considering. My alternative might be going Mbeumo instead, but Saka is where I'm leaning to at the moment. And then Gabriel out for Virgil van Dijk. And then I'm also I have to then do Tarkowski down to Richards because I need some funds to be able to afford all of those moves. So those are my 4 transfers that I'm looking at for this week. But I'm also holding thumbs that Semenyo and Enzo are not injured.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but for me the main thing is why I'm still stacking my 15 is that I still want to play my bench boost within the next few weeks.
Razeen, do you want to talk us through your team? Any thoughts, anything developing there?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of problems with it, as is the case with most of us at the moment. Gabriel and Semenyo, okay, the flags in the team, the only flags, thankfully, I do have 3 free transfers. I'm a bit worried about having this so many Arsenal with Raya in goal, Saka in midfield, and also Romero in my team still, with that North London derby coming up. But also King, he's not been the
Red card
best.
is loading there.
Yeah, that would not be a surprise. King from Fulham needs to get out. He's not been a good filler. Lyle Foster's lost his place, I think, as well. So my 2 cheapies are not looking very good. Going to need to free up funds to maybe try and upgrade them or just replace them for better fillers. But yeah, lots to look at, lots to analyze. Need to break down what happened during the break, who did well, who's fit to play, and then it's going to be a lot of tinkering this week, I think, and some big transfers probably just before the deadline.
I think the Cunha move is going to prove to be quite a solid one. I think Sheshko is out at the
moment. A lot
of
people are saying Cunha's got that up front or whatever.
He's going to play as the 9. Yeah, I think he's going to play as the 9. So I think that might work out actually quite well. But I think maybe it's not a bad idea to... I think your team is still decent. Maybe stack some transfers. So, I mean, you might have to do Gabriel this week, but over a couple of weeks, stack a couple of transfers and then I guess get rid of King, Foster, and Romero in 1 week.
Boost as well. Because I'm going to have to
get rid of those 3.
Yeah, the game week team for the next 3 or 4 weeks to see when is the best week to play the bench boost. Do you guys think there's a set best week to play the bench boost, or do you think it just solely depends on your team?
I think it solely depends on the team. Because teams are very different at this moment, especially I guess between the 3 of us. There aren't many similarities.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's quite nice about this season, though.
Yeah, there isn't like a proper.
And I've got a lot of points to cover on you guys, so Definitely, that's going to be an important job for me this year.
And next week we've got,
Yeah.
is it next week or the week after? We've got midweek fixtures, which will be quite fun.
What I would do is, like, particularly with the bench boost, like, if you look at a team like Leeds and Sunderland, their players are quite cheap and they do quite well at home. Regardless, maybe you wanna bench boost a week where Sunderland or Leeds are at home. Maybe not necessarily the most favorable fixture, but like if you look at what Sunderland did with Arsenal, I mean, if you had bench boosted one of their defenders who got on the score sheet, I mean, it would have been quite good. Sido is always also up in the action there, pitching with a goal. So those are the type of fixtures I think you want to hit.
It's
So
definitely not game week 14 though. Game week 14 is definitely not the week to bench boost because Leeds play Chelsea at home, Sunderland play Liverpool away, and what else was I looking for? Where's and Burnley have Crystal
Burnley
Palace
play
at home, so
Palace, yeah.
that seems to be the worst week to even consider bench boosting.
Maybe that's the week
So, yeah.
I give it a go.
And 15 looks equally as bad because Leeds have Liverpool at home, Sunderland are away at City, and Burnley are away at Newcastle. So 14 and 15 is definitely out for me.
Liverpool off form, particularly away from home as well. I mean, not the worst to bench boost Leeds.
I think 16 is decent, but
I just
City
could
don't have
make
the
like
greatest
4
fixture.
transfers now, take a -4 and bench boost, you know?
That's actually not the worst idea either, if the bench boost is great for this coming week.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't think I'm in a rush to play it so soon though. I'll probably just make 1 transfer a week for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then maybe just before those 5 free transfers come, I can use up all my transfers and just set up and play that bench boost.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, Mohammed Waseem. Game week 16 looks good because most of your bench is going to most of the teams are going to have Burnley, Dubravka as your goalkeeper, and they're playing Fulham at home. And then you got Sunderland against Newcastle at home as well. Leeds are away to Brentford. So it's not the worst fixtures all round.
And you can structure your team for it. And then once you've structured your team for it, you can change it in game week 17 with the 5 free transfers.
Yeah.
If you really want.
It's a great idea. That's a great idea. Okay, so we've identified game week 16 as a great bench boost option if anybody's looking to bench boost. Let's talk about fixtures for game week 12, which is upcoming. Starting off, early kickoff is Burnley at home to Chelsea. I don't know what to make of Chelsea. I feel like they are getting results, but they're not as clinical and efficient as I would expect them to be.
It's like you don't know what to expect, and then they either just surprise with a win, or then they even surprise you with a loss. So it's hard to know with Chelsea at this point. It's like they could easily lose that game, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Chelsea fans have been telling me that they're in the title race.
Well, I mean, according to the table, they are. That's about it, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy how the table is
6 points off the top.
Properly.
Yeah, but they don't look great. To be honest,
that Estavio looks great. Like they have a few players, but I just don't think the team is as mature as it needs to be. And I think with the likes of Cole Palmer, Delap being out for a little while, they haven't had their luck with injuries as well.
Yeah,
Palmer
they haven't been as fluid. No, he's still yellow flag.
They're saying he is back in training.
Yeah, but he's still yellow flag. I don't expect him to start, to be honest.
I also don't expect him to start. I mean, we have Bournemouth against West Ham next. If Semenyo to play, you'd expect Semenyo to do something, but West Ham are a reformed team now.
Bournemouth also caught 4-piece last game, so you never know what West Ham can do, especially because they've got 2 wins on the bounce as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, Callum Wilson starting as we've been asking for, getting a goal,
and look at them getting results.
We should just be managers. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
it's not so difficult.
No. All the managers should just watch our podcast. To be honest.
Podcast.
I don't even want to be a manager. I don't need that level of stress, to be honest. But just watch my pod, take my advice, and be good to go, bro.
So then, I mean, Saturday's got quite a few fixtures. Brighton against Brentford. Don't think anything interesting there. Fulham against Sunderland. Also, nothing too interesting. Liverpool against
Captain
Forest.
Mukiele. Captain Mukiele
No.
against Fulham. Let's go. We're gonna go risky.
I don't really look at Sunderland when they're away from home.
Liverpool Forest, interesting one. Liverpool versus Sean Dyche.
And the late game there then is Newcastle against City, which is also an interesting game. Newcastle can be a team to be reckoned with.
And they turn up. Newcastle always turn up against the big team, so it's usually a good watch.
But looking at the past record, Newcastle actually haven't been favourites in this fixture, so would still lean towards City. Sunday is Leeds against Villa. Villa, who we spoke about now, have bounced back. I mean, they're not really getting. It's not really Rodgers and Watkins getting the points. It's Bendia, Marlon, Kashka's gotten a few points, but I mean they're getting results, and I haven't really seen them say that they're playing better.
3 wins out of 4, and they're surprisingly high up in the table as well. So I mean, after such a bad start to the season, they're 6th with 18 points, and they hadn't scored a goal, I think, for 4 games at the start of the season. So it's actually ridiculous how good their form's been recently. I think in the last 5 games they've got 4 wins, and then the one loss was just against Liverpool, which is insane.
And then a London derby to finish the Sunday, Arsenal against Spurs.
It's going to be a rough one.
What do you think about that game?
Spurs don't win at Arsenal. Spurs don't usually even draw at Arsenal. It's going to be an Arsenal win.
Last fixture of the game week is Manchester United against Everton. Would also be a good game. I think both teams have had like a start to the season.
It's going to be a highly watchable Monday Night Football, that's for sure.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. And I am on leave, so maybe I'll be able to catch everything.
You're putting the kids the kids are sleeping, and then you just in survival
Yeah,
mode
Monday night. Yeah, Monday night is that thing. I'll be like, and I just got some admin to do on my iPad.
I mean, looking at what my team would have been, I did outperform with the free hit, and I think your friend from work, he gave me the idea of the free, because he said he was looking to free, and I was like, wow, it's actually such a great idea, because the fixtures for my team are so bad. I might as well free it.
I think, like, judging from that episode and talking to him and how he works, I think he goes, like, he's quite, like, quick to pull the trigger. It's like, oh, I have these issues. Let me just solve it. It's like very simple. Like, he's not thinking so far ahead. He's like, let me give it another chance. It's like, oh, okay. And he goes to the other one. So he actually also free hit. He messaged me saying he didn't do too well. But I think for, like, he's not well. Was 6 points off me. It's not the worst. I'm so happy with my 46 points, and he's I think he's got 40 or 41 points, and he was a bit upset. But we'll still be keeping an eye on his team. And lastly, Razeen, how's your joint team going?
It's improved. It's definitely improved a lot, but like I was saying, it's not looking very good this week specifically. I didn't even look at it. I was a bit nervous to look at it. I said I'll just open everything after the podcast because I don't want to be too stressed out about it. But let me have a look at it now, actually. We got 65 points last week, which was actually really, really good compared to a lot of teams.
Yeah, man.
And we went up to 1.2 million overall rank. So that's a very big green arrow. Lots of work to be done to get back where I believe we belong and where we've shown we belong over the years. But yeah, definitely some improvements.
65 is amazing. Who did you guys captain?
Saka.
We captain Saka. Good 12-point.
Best move. Best.
Oh, amazing. But I mean, I want to end on that topic today. Captaincy for this game week 12, because Haaland would be your stick and forget captain, is playing Newcastle away, which I think is not the worst fixture. I think Dan Burn is also out. So Newcastle do have their injury concerns with their fullbacks and Dan Burn being out. But I mean, who else is there as a possibility or possible choice?
What do you guys think of João Pedro against Burnley? He's on 2-game goal streak.
I like it.
I don't think he traveled. Did he travel to Brazil? I don't know if he did. So I think he's definitely a good shout. Because did you captain him last week in your
rest
team?
This week?
That's what I'm. Yeah. If I bring in Salah, I'm definitely captaining Salah. No two ways about it.
Yeah, there aren't actually many options. To be honest,
the other captaincy choice I'd consider Mateta.
Yeah, say Mateta or Sa. Sa hasn't been great with
Yeah.
returns past couple of weeks. I get a lot of chances, hasn't been putting it away, but I think Mateta is a good option as well.
Yeah, I think Fulham
Putting
have
him
been,
on
I mean,
Monday
Wolves
Night
have been
Football.
bad.
Save the
Yeah, I was going
the
to say,
best for last. Nice
I was
differential
going to say
at
United
home.
aren't. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think Bruno might be a very interesting pick as well. Everton haven't
I
been
just,
bad, but they haven't been great.
yeah, I mean, no issue having United assets. You can bank them, but I think to back them against Everton, whereas like Liverpool playing Forest and Palace playing Wolves and Chelsea
Yeah,
playing Burnley, those are easier fixtures. I
yeah,
think
True. I
yeah.
can
Everton are a
see a
good team.
nice 2-2 on Monday night though. Lots of
And
goals, open game.
Moyes has that capability of like sticking it to United. Like,
And
he
winning,
has it.
yeah.
He
That's
wants
the
it.
thing.
He wants
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like I do think United will win. I do think they will do well. I just I find it risky.
I'm going to go very simple and just play it on Haaland and then just continue my week as it goes.
Okay,
It's going to be
guys.
the
Well,
easy
thanks for
one.
the episode.
Short.
Take it easy, guys. Cheers.